You are not unattractive, you're just boring, but don't worry, I can help you fix this. You're probably sick and tired of the bullshit beauty trends that change every single week, so am I. Let's redirect our attention and energy onto something that actually matters, and something that will actually make you appear more attractive. Not only that, it costs nothing and has permanent effects, and that is having a personality. In case you didn't already know, I'm Isla, and I'd like to say that I have quite a big personality. Maybe it's ADHD mixed with a bit of immaturity, I'm not too sure. Either way, I know that I am good fun and I have a lot of energy to give people. So I want to tell you how to draw people in and be socially magnetic. And trust me, people do not care that much about looks when it comes to personal magnetism. If you're a fun personality to be around, no one gives a shit about your looks. After all, we hang around people who make us feel a certain way. Do you hang around your friends because they're attractive? No. And would you eat a slice of cake that is physically presentable but actually tastes like shit on the inside and you know that? No. The same principle applies with people. And if you think that attractiveness is just solely related to relationships, then you're wrong again. Because who wants to be with someone that is very pretty but literally is a shell of a person and has nothing to offer? Nobody wants to be with a boring bitch, because your relationship will ultimately lack substance and then fizzle out. It is even stated in the American Psychology Association that more favourable personality traits are directly linked to a more successful life outcome as they demonstrate more social competence. Okay, so magnetism is all about becoming that person that you would want to be hanging around with. And I believe that there's only 4 elements you need to master in order to become that socially magnetic thing. In this video, I have restructured the personality framework that lots of spiritual manifestation gurus are on about, but I've simplified it so former losers like me can understand it, follow it, and become it. I feel like it's different again. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, let's unpack the fundamentals of social magnetism. Right, developing a genuine interest in people. Okay, where was that accent from? People want to be heard and seen. That's literally why we engage in relationships with other people. People? What the fuck? Where are you from? Developing a genuine interest in people. People want to be heard and seen. That's literally why we engage in relationships with other people. We want to have a shared connection and we want to be fulfilled emotionally. As someone with ADHD that I keep barking on about, in case you didn't know, I spend most of my time not listening but trying to find the perfect moment to interject because I've got something in my head and I get so excited that I just say it. But that is not a good listening skill. Most of my friends get pissed off when they have to repeat themselves because I'm not listening. I'm just thinking about ways to relate it to my selfish self. Selfish self? Yeah. And this is something that I'm actively working on. Because when you leave space and time for people to be heard, they instantly like you. You are making them feel heard. Process it. Why do you do this, laptop, you fucking... And really listen. So in the next time someone tells you something, act as if you've got a test on it the next day and really process what they have got to say. Take mental notes and repeat it back to them the next time you see them. This will make you incredibly memorable and it'll make them feel memorable in your mind. And then congrats, you've made a new friend. My best word of advice is to use the 80-20 rule as a barometer for your listening skills. So 80% listening and then 20% speaking. Okay, so how do you actually talk to people? Instead of spitting out anything that comes to mind, practice the art of having mindful conversations. This doesn't mean that you can't chat shit. I do this 80% of the time. I love to have a laugh with my mates. That's one of my mates, you know. But I want to practice having conversations with substance. It is so valuable to understand how to speak to people properly. Like I said at the start of my video, people who are able to converse properly get higher paying jobs, have better relationships, and are generally just more successful in life. One way to do this is practice mirroring and parroting. Match people with your body language and repeat things that they have said. So if you're talking to someone and they use a lot of unique phrases, let's say someone keeps saying, "Oh, that's grand," in their conversation, I don't know what friends I have, but none of them use that. Anyways, applying that, when you're talking to them again, just be like, oh yeah, and I saw that and it was grand. And that makes you and them on the same level. You're connected through your use of that phrase. The most invaluable piece of information that I have on how to converse properly is using someone's name. If you don't know their name, make sure that is one of the first things that you ask somebody. It shows genuine interest. Your name is so much to do with your identity. This is the ultimate hack to making someone feel wanted and make you a magnetic personality. I've got a book recommendation on how to talk to people properly, and you've probably seen this book all over TikTok, but with good reasons. It's called How to Talk to Anyone by Leil, Lowndes, sorry if I'm butchering that. Absolutely fantastic book. And it changed my entire approach on how to converse with people. It isn't full of psychological jargon. It just takes real life scenarios and helps you to adapt your social skills. That's it. Fantastic read. And it's so easy. The chapters are literally so short. And if you've got a Kindle, it's free on Kindle. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, so I've told you everything that I know about social magnetism, but how do you actually adopt that and change your avatar to be that socially magnetic person? If you listen to everything that I'm saying, you will change. I want you first to practice self-acceptance. In order to do this, you need to go back into the past and understand why you are the person you are today. I normally call this shadow work in spiritual communities, and with good reason, because it's literally going back and seeing the former shadow. And what it means is seeing what triggered you in the past. Because if you had an emotional reaction to a certain event or outcome that happens in your life, most likely it's got some bearing on your current personality and your current reality. So let's fix that. If you don't complete this step, then everything I've said means nothing, because you will continue to make the same mistakes, interact with the same people, because your reality is a manifestation of your internal subconscious mind. And the only way that you can rewire the subconscious, meaning the unknown, is becoming aware of the unknown and then shaping it into what you want to become known. Once you have done this, congrats, that's the hardest part of this video. You can make it a daily ritual to practice self-acceptance. Part of this acceptance is forgiveness. And the best way that this has been described to me was through the Netflix series The Midnight Gospel with Duncan Trussell. In the scene, Death shows Clancy a series of mirrors that reflect past versions of himself that he is embarrassed of. They start to crawl out of the mirrors and attack him. In order to stop them, Death tells him to forgive these embarrassing parts of himself so that he can be at peace with his current self. I know what you're probably thinking, but I am not a fan of affirmations. If I look at myself and say that I'm a slay pussy queen, I'm not going to believe it, because my mind doesn't work like that. It's like, yeah, okay, shut up. No, instead I like to give gratitude. Gratitude practice literally changed my life. I became grateful for everything that I am and everything that I have. And in order to do this, I just need to look at my physical appearance and be like, I am so grateful for my hands that work for me every single day. I am so grateful for my brain. Just like, it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, my lips are beautiful, I love my nose, even when you don't like your lips and nose. I hope you do, but if you don't, focus on something else, because I tell you what, there is something beautiful about you. When you start practicing gratitude, everything else falls into place, because when you see your world through a lens of appreciation, my God, you've won. And this work is not a quick fix. It takes time, effort, and daily practice. But once you've mastered it, wow, your life will become so much more peaceful. People will see that you are at peace with yourself and they'll want in. That is how you become magnetic. This is the final step towards becoming socially magnetic and ties all previous points together. Okay, so you start showing an interest in people, you've learned how to converse with people, and you've done the inner work. There's just one more technique that you need to learn, and that is learning the art of relaxation. Creating a comfortable space in which to invite other people in is the ultimate hack towards becoming magnetic. Most of us are stressed, running about, looking for the next quick fix. We're not actually present with what is going on in our life and the people around us. Instead, we're so distracted. This creates nervous energy, and it's not an inviting characteristic for any of us to have. Instead, creating space for stillness and calmness is the way to be a magnet for people's attention. People want this inner calmness, and if you have it, people will want you, and you will feel better in your own company. It's a win-win. Again, to reiterate, we seek people out who make us feel seen and heard. Creating a space in which to do that, that's going to draw people in. I know that you have stresses in your life. I know that you're busy. I know. Trust me, I know. But you, in this moment, are watching this video, and you can stop right now and do this with me. So in order to practice calmness in any moment of time, I like to take a deep breath in for 5. So hold and release. There. That is presence. That feeling is presence. Another way to reassure someone with your own physical being is to look at them in their left eye. Because when you are looking at someone's face and your eyes are darting at every single facial feature, that makes them feel insecure. I know it does with me, because I'm like, what the fuck are they looking at? And research has shown that the left eye is connected to the right hemisphere of the brain, which is responsible for developing and building emotional connections and non-verbal communication. And holding your gaze in of itself, no matter which eye it's with, is a powerful tool for capturing someone's attention, and it can fabricate stillness between you and your conversation partner. Being socially magnetic is not about manipulation or dark magic. It is literally just making people feel heard, seen, and understood. It's school level stuff that we've all forgotten because we've all become bastards. It's school level stuff that we've overlooked and forgotten, and it's something that exists within us all and can be accessed by anyone for any purpose at any time. Remember, social attractiveness helps you win the game of life and is the hottest feature of someone. I'm curious as to how you now perceive social magnetism and how you're going to change your approach after watching this video. Drop a comment down below. I reply to every single one of them. Comment what was your biggest social fear and how you're going to change after watching this video. Thank you so much for watching and staying till the end. Sometimes I can't listen to myself speak that long.